everyone, my name is Tiffany and this is my channel, Who's Your Handmade. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today's video is another episode of Friday Sews. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope that you will consider subscribing before you leave. I would love to get to know you better and welcome you into this sewing community. Friendship is so important to me, so thank you so very much to each one of my friends who are taking time out of their Friday to spend a little bit of it with me. Thank you so much for your support of my channel. Thank you for being my friend. It means so very much. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. This is a Friday Sews video. It's a Friday free for all. I love hearing about what's going on in your sewing space, so let me know down below in the comments and I will chat about what's been going on in my sewing space as well. There is a lot that I want to pack into this one video. So much is going on in my life, so let's get into it. The first thing that I want to talk about is what I'm wearing. As I record this, y'all, this is the first day of Me Made May. So I usually record my Friday Sews videos a little bit early in the week. It fits into my schedule really well. So I am recording on my first day of Me Made May. I'm going to be talking about that today, my goals for it. But let me share real quick what I'm wearing. This is a really old make. I made this in September of 2021. 3 years ago. Oh my goodness, that's crazy to think that I've been sewing for that long. This is one of the very first tops that I ever made for myself. This is McCalls 7322. I was a complete novice at this. Let's see here what it says. I cut my pattern. That tells you how long ago it was. I never cut my patterns anymore. I made view C there, and I made the size extra large. It actually still fits me really well. I can tell that I was a very new sewist. The facing here, this neckband facing, was done very poorly, but actually it's a very comfortable shirt. I did have to pull it from the back of my closet. I don't wear it that much, but every time I do put it on, I think, why am I not wearing this? I think I'm a little mad at myself for how much trouble that I had with the neck facing, so I don't pull it out of my closet, but it actually is quite a comfortable make, so that's what I'm wearing today for the first day of Me Made May. Like I said, I'm going to talk about Me Made May in just a little bit with my goals, what I want to accomplish, but let's talk about what I've been sewing up here in my sewing room. I do have one finished make to share with you. I talked about this one last week. This is the Little Lizard King Waikiki swim cover-up. I was making this for Addie last week. I had started it and it is now completely finished and I am in love. I'm in love, you guys. This is probably my favorite make of 2024 so far. It is absolutely beautiful. Again, I used this toweling fabric from Hobby Lobby. It's like a terry cloth jacquard, very unique fabric, very neat. If you can get your hands on some of this and you have, you know, a beach vacation or if you swim regularly, this is so neat to take advantage of. So that is the fabric that I use. There's her puff sleeves. It features a hood. The hood was very easy to put on. And then I have a skirt with a ruffle. I did the ruffle option. Of course I did. So this is the most extra swim cover up ever. Put 2 little pockets on there. I lined it with this really fun scrap fabric. I made a dress for Addie not too long ago with that fabric, so had a little bit of it left over and I used that to line the pockets, and I also used it to line the hood. I'm always intimidated by hoods, but they're actually not hard to put on at all. I'm not real sure why I'm so intimidated by them. For the buttons, I wanted to go with a really cute Disney themed button. I actually picked up some Ariel ones. I thought that was perfect because of, you know, water and swim cover up. but those plastic buttons were very, very flimsy, and I did not think that they would live up to using these fabric loops on them. So I left those off and just went with some wooden heart buttons. And let me show you these loops. The loops actually were the hardest part of this entire pattern. Very, very difficult to get them equally shaped, equally sized, and then sewn on there properly. This fabric is bulky, and then when you fold it on itself again and again to make these loops, it becomes almost impossible to work with. Actually, I wish I would have went with just the elastic option. I should have read my instructions a little bit better. You could have used elastic in there. Didn't do that, wanted to go with the self fabric loops, made it work. They're not quite symmetrical, but they work. And then I'm so proud of my finish on this hood neckline. My dear friend Agata from In Agatha's Cottage helped me bind my seam. This is actually on my Make 9, one of my Make 9 goals, y'all, to be able to finish my seams more professionally. I've wanted to try this technique for a really long time to cover up the surging seam, especially here with the hood. I'm so proud of what I've been able to do with this. So she walked me through the steps. I found some pretty navy colored twill tape at Joann's, and that's worked out so well to cover up my seam there and just give it a more professional finish. So proud of that make. I'm so glad it's done. It's another one off my Disney list. And I'm telling you, it's probably the top make for 2024. Other projects that I've been working on this week include my sandhill sling. I have started this, y'all, and I'm having so much fun. I'm feeling very, very accomplished with what I'm being able to do with this pattern. It is a really great pattern, a step-by-step pattern. It walks you through every single step you need to take and how you need to do that. I am using a great tutorial from the company of that pattern. So Noodlehead actually has a YouTube channel, and she has done a sew-along for this bag. If you are making the sandhill sling, I would highly recommend following along with her video. Step by step, walks you through every single thing you need to do, and she's done a great job with that tutorial. That's what I'm watching. I'm reading my instructions at the same time so I don't miss anything like seam allowances and that kind of a thing, but I am definitely using that tutorial through my process. Now I'm not going to show you my bag. Actually, if I scoot over, this pile right here is my sandhill sling. I am making great progress with it, but I'm not going to show you just yet. Maybe I'll have it next week to show off to you. I'm really excited for how it's going to turn out. Also working on cutting out some more patterns. Like I said, I have a mile-long Disney list that I want to sew for. Been talking about it for over a month now. Now if I move this way, you can see right there is that colorful fabric is my Peekaboo Patterns Vitality Tank, which I'm turning into a swim top. So I've cut the bodice out of that one, and I've cut the built-in bra. I used some swim lining for the built-in bra portion. So that's what's up there. This is becoming like my in-progress station. It gets it off my cutting table and I can kind of keep all my pieces together, and it's working out really well. So that's what I have been working on in my sewing room this week. Also had a really fun video that came out on Tuesday. Thank you so much for all your kind comments on Tuesday's video. I did a wonderful collaboration with my dear friend Agatha from In Agatha's Cottage. I will link her video down below. I'll link her channel and our collab videos. So much fun to collaborate with her. She is turned into one of my very best friends, and I love collaborating with her. So go check out Tuesday's video if you have not done so already. Coming up during this sewing week, I want to work on my sandhill and that vitality tank like I was talking about, and I've also been putting together the design for Addie's 2 themed costumes that I want to make. So I went to Joann's, did a great big giant shopping trip before my buying month ended there in April, and I have all the fabrics and the accessories that I need to make a Rapunzel and an Elsa. So that is also going to be on my cutting table this coming week. Let's talk about Me Made May. Now, Me Made May has been around for a long time and it's blown up on social media. It's probably the biggest occasion or challenge. It's sort of a challenge. It's just becoming a huge theme in May all across the sewing community. It's very, very big on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, it is very large out there. Lots of people are jumping on board with Me Made May. The theme, of course, is to utilize your handmade wardrobe during the month of May. I took part last year, but I didn't document it. I didn't talk about it too much. I was trying to actively wear my Me Mades every day, but this year I have some goals. So let's go over my goals for Me Made May 24. So obviously I want to wear some kind of handmade garment every day throughout the month of May. It could be a shirt, it could be a shirt and a skirt, it could be a dress, whatever I have in my wardrobe that can work for me, I want to pull it out. I also want to be pulling out older makes like today's make that's gonna be 3 years old here in September. I want to pull these out. I want to experience them again. Do I love them? Do I not? And then the last goal that I have for Me Made May this year is a big one. It's a big one for me. I want to document every day in May, every me made outfit on Instagram. So that means I have to actually set aside time every day to take my picture or take a little video of what I'm wearing and then post it to Instagram. It could be a story, it could be a post. Most likely it'll be a reel that I'll make just real quick. I'm not going to be fancy with these. I don't live a fancy life. I'm wearing my Me Mades in real life, in real time, but I am committing to stick with it through the month of May. I want to document what I'm wearing, so hopefully I can meet my goals for Me Made May. Are you taking part in Me Made May? You don't have to document it. You don't have to talk about it on social medias or on YouTube or anything. You can just pledge to yourself that you're going to try to incorporate as much of your handmade wardrobe during this month of May. Let me know down below in the comment section if you are participating in Me Made May 24. Like I briefly mentioned there, April was my buying month and April is over now, so I have slid back into my 3 months of no buying. So May started my new 3-month rotation and I'm excited for it, y'all. It's good to work out what works for you in your life, and I have discovered that boundaries work really, really well for me. So having the boundaries of no buying patterns or fabrics really keeps me in line. It keeps me focused on my goals. During my buying month, sometimes I can get overwhelmed. I can get a little bit overwhelmed with all the possibilities and the potential of buying. So I am very glad to be back onto my stash busting, no buying effort. I do have something exciting to talk to you all about. About a month and a half ago, I received a very kind email from Janet Szabo. She reached out to me and asked if I would be a guest on her sewing inspired podcast. And I was floored. I was floored that anyone would want to interview this simple country girl who loves to sew. And that was so, so flattering. So Janet reached out to me and I was so excited to accept her invitation for an interview. And my interview was out on her podcast on Tuesday. Her podcast is called The Straight Stitch. It is a wonderful podcast. It's like a YouTube channel, but you can listen to it when you're doing other things. So it's really, really fun for me to turn on her podcast when I'm doing my sewing or something up here in my sewing room. It's really fun to visit with her. She shares what she's been sewing. She shares about life. It's just really, really awesome. And I had so much fun doing that interview with her. I will link all of her information down below. She's an amazing sewist, very intelligent. She wrote knitting patterns. She also teaches actual sewing classes at local fabric shops near her. She has a blog that goes along with her podcast as well. So I will link all of that down below, as well as her most recent podcast, which was an interview with me. It made me feel like a celebrity. She gave me such a confidence boost Sometimes you're just not sure that you're doing a good enough job. You should be keeping up with others and doing other things to get more subscribers and more views. But Jana gave me such a confidence boost with her kindness, and it was so much fun to chat with her and talk about my sewing journey and share a little bit more about that. I'll definitely link all of Janet's information down below. Go find her podcast. You will love listening to it. On the life front, I have a very busy weekend coming up, hopefully full of a ton of sewing, but I'm also going to have some guests here with me this weekend. So this weekend I am hosting my first ever sewing retreat here in my home. My mother and one of our quilting sewing friends are coming over to my house, and they're going to spend Friday through Sunday. So I'm so excited. I've been getting my house ready. The sewing room has had a major rehaul. I have been organizing and cleaning and making room for 2 more sewists to come into my space, and I'm so excited for our sewing weekend. We're just gonna sew and just gonna have so much fun, and I can do it from the comfort of home. That's awesome. Don't have to move my machines. I have all my notions here, so I'm really excited to be hosting that retreat. I will try to take some footage and some pictures and stuff and share with you next Friday on how our retreat goes. Let me know what you're going to be doing this weekend. Let me know what you're working on. I absolutely love hearing about your sewing projects as well. So let me know down below in the comment section. I would love to chat with you. Oh, before I go, I need to announce the winner, the comment winner for the month of April. This is something new that I'm doing so that I can send one commenter a month a little bit of happy mail. It's just a really fun way for me to reach out to y'all a little bit more. So I'll continue doing these. Don't forget to comment on any of my videos throughout the month of May, and at the beginning of June I will pull another name to send some happy mail to. But for the month of April, April's winner is Marsha Kistner. So Marsha, if you don't mind to send me an email with your address, I can get your happy mail in the mail to you. Thank you so much for all of your comments. Thank you for chatting with me, Marsha. Thank you to everyone for your comments. They absolutely make my week. So I look forward to sending that out to Marsha and doing more of these in the future. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for this hashtag Friday Sews video. Like I said, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.